Each and every day there are more and more stories coming out about cops and firefighters getting CV. It's really hard for first responders out here these days, before these folks can openly be on the streets and be menacing and do anything they want. And now look at what's happening. I believe they had their third NYPD um, member that died about a day ago. And the call outs have been massive in New York among their first responders. I mean, these folks are scared. They are. They're afraid they're going to get this. And they've already had to quarantine quite a few. I think it was 17% of their workforce. I mean, that number's going up all the time in New York. I mean, this thing is no joke. So this came out on KIRO 7 up in New York. Nearly 10,000 NYPD and FDNY first responders call out sick. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. So this is April 4th, 2020. Increased calls because of CV. About 1 in 4 fire department of New York emergency responding personnel called out sick Friday, the department said. More than 3,000 emergency medical technicians, paramedics, and firefighters called out, WNBC reported. The FDNY responded to more than 6,500 calls Monday, a spike of more than 500 calls from the day before. Mm-mm-mm. Officials said they normally get about 4,000 calls a day. More than 400 members of the FDNY have tested positive for CV. Other first responders are feeling the effects of the virus too. 1 in 6 members of the New York Police Department are out sick or in quarantine, according to the New York Times. On Thursday, 6,498 members of the force called in sick, reporting flu like symptoms. There are more than 113,000 confirmed cases of the virus in New York State and more than 3,500 deaths. Wow. That's a lot of call outs. 10,000, nearly 10,000. Damn. Damn. But it is getting worse. And Trump just came out today again telling people over the next few weeks you're going to see an increase in deaths in the country. The death toll in America is about 8,100, and they said we have passed 300,000. It is going to easily hit the million in no time, a million within the US. So 300,000 cases. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. Health officials believe a number of people infected is much higher. And I do too. Without testing people, I think it's way more astronomical than the information that we're getting. If you weren't on my live stream, I was briefly talking about this. Um, During the Spanish flu, you had asymptomatic people. They had the virus, but they were not showing any symptoms. It's the same thing when it comes down to CV. You have all these asymptomatic people out here They have it, but they're not feeling the effects of the virus. And then, of course, you got people that are more severe. The problem with that, because you have so many people with it and it can't be detected, that is how the Spanish flu spread worldwide. It was a lot of people that were not showing symptoms, passing it from one person to the next. Well, that is exactly what's happening now with CV. You have a lot of people out here. They look like the picture of health, but they have this virus. Although they're not showing symptoms, they're still spreading it. They're still contagious. And we know this thing is highly contagious. Now, they were saying that if you're in the room with someone and even them talking, the particles that comes from them can travel up to 27 feet in that room, and it can linger in the air for 3 to 4 hours. So you could walk in that room and that infected person could have left. But if you go in there within that 3 to 4 hour time range, you can still get it. And I think that is how many people are getting it. And they're like, well, I don't know how I got this, you know? So you don't have to have any interaction with a person that's contagious. So Donald Trump said on Saturday that the CV task force news conference that there would be a lot of deaths in the coming week. So, worldwide, there are officially 1.1 million people that have tested positive and over 60,000 that have died worldwide. So, ladies and gentlemen, all we can do is our very best to stay healthy and stay strong. I mean, that's all we're expected to do. So just be careful out there. As long as the US continues to lag behind on this whole thing, it's not going to get better. I know they are banking on the hot weather to kind of, diminish it some, but we shall see what happens. We shall see, you know. South Africa, I was looking at some of the information out of there. They had 5 deaths, but you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Those were 5 foreign deaths. Those people that died were foreigners. They were not natives of South Africa. So, but y'all, please tell me what you think about 10,000 cops and firefighters up in New York call out sick with flu-like symptoms. Woo, that's major. If your first responders are sick, then you are in trouble. You know, I was reading before we go, I'll conclude after this, that NYPD, they are trying to come up with a team to collect the bodies of people that have died from CV. Because they are just so overwhelmed up there. So they're trying to put a DOA team together, you know. So it'll be interesting to see what happens out of New York. And we see the cases are growing in Florida and Louisiana. They seem to believe the South is going to be the next epicenter in the country. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.